All right, we're recording. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Rich Man's Gym podcast. This is something new that I'm working on. I'm here. My guest today is going to be Allison Wallentine, and she's a fellow promoter of Prove It. She's been on. How long have you been on the program on the product?
It's been right around 3.5 weeks, almost a month that I've been on it now on my own auto ship, and I love it.
Okay, cool, good deal. And what version did you decide to go with when you?
I went with the chocolate 3.0 charged in the can, the 30-month supply.
Okay. How often are you taking it?
I just actually take it for my body since I'm a smaller individual. I actually do the half serving, and it lasts me all day.
Right. Okay. So when you first decided to, we just jumped right into this for those of you watching at home. This is just going to be a conversation about Keto OS. This is about Prove It. This is about what Allison's gotten out of it. And just so you can hear from somebody who's been using the product for a very short period of time, what kind of benefits it did for her. So when you first got on it, Allison, like what were your reasons behind it? What was your motivating factor?
Well, my main reasoning was I wanted to see what it was going to do to help up my gym routine. Like, was it going to build more pump? Was it going to be more energy, more staying power? And how it's going to like help me cut so I can see more of the definition, which I wasn't getting. I wasn't seeing them really fast.
Okay. What kind of training do you do?
I do mostly home gym. I do a lot of ab work, core. I do treadmill. I do some weight trainings, box jumps, stuff like that.
So are you leaning more towards like a CrossFit style of training, or is it more traditional weight training, or
it's a good blend. I like to train. I like to change it up and vary it up because I think your body plateaus at certain points and you have to do different things.
Totally. Okay. So since the time you got on it, what have you seen? So we've got your whys, which is to just get a better experience in your training and your workout and to help bring the abs out a little bit better. But so what's happened though for you?
Well, I mean, you wanted me to touch over 3 of the things that I most benefited from and I felt. And the first week, literally, my head for the first time, I could think clearly. And I really didn't see that that wasn't my main selling point. It said better mood or elevated mood, but literally for my head, I've always had a really hard time grasping things and dealt with other issues such as bipolar. And literally, it's just my mind is like in high definition right now. I'm clicking on all 4 cylinders.
Right. So okay. So bipolar. That's something that you've personally have struggled with over the years.
Oh yes, being from one doctor to put you on lithium to Paxil to Zoloft to Boost Bar to, I've been on very many extended stays and they all have their negative benefits where, yeah, your head feels clear, but all you're going to do is sit over there on that couch for the next, 5 hours and I'm not going to remember my night. So for that benefit of the Keto OS giving me that literal synapse change it was mind blowing. That right there is a life changer for me.
Wow, that's fantastic. So it sounds like in addition to just going through the medication cycle, it sounds like you've done some research about how those medicines affect the brain.
Yeah, actually I dug into it a little bit more in Boulder this week because I wanted to know exactly what was going on. Yeah. And when I was reading over will you pronounce the first word, the first ingredient in this?
Beta-hydroxybutyrate?
That's exactly. It actually causes an electric current in the brain, which a lot of those bipolar meds like lithium, they're very high in salts and different stuff. And that's what it does. But on a natural level, it's giving you that electric charge that makes you feel good. And it's just working with receptors and neurons. And it's really cool how that works.
So that's, and if anybody wants to do further research on that, one of the other things that Keto OS, or at least beta-hydroxybutyrate as a supplement or supplemental ketones have helped with is that Dr. Dom D'Agostino talks about how he used supplemental ketones with Navy SEAL divers to help with preventing seizures while they're breathing through a rebreather.
Yeah, like I didn't know that part about it, but yeah, there's so many endless options. Go down the list of some of the benefits. Especially health benefits.
Right. So so your head got clearer since you started taking it. What else? How has it impacted your workouts?
Well, I can focus. So when I was running like maybe 1 mile at max, and it was like stop and go and redo my music, cause I'm like a squirrel. So it gave me focus that I could sit there and just listen to the music and just get into my workout. And I was running not 1 mile, I was running 2.5 all of a sudden. And so I'm like, yes,
right.
Focus brain,
right.
Focus brain. You can do whatever you want when your head is clear.
Yeah, totally. That's awesome. Anything else and you're a promoter now as well, right?
Yeah, that was my decision, that I love the product so much that I'm sitting here going, it's so great. I want to live on it, but I also want to share this with other people. When you have something that you love and that's literally changed your life in the course of 3 weeks, it's like, who can I share this with?
You mentioned something the other day on the phone about how you sort of have a market that you want to try and penetrate or get into, or you want to introduce this to who did you say you wanted to share that with?
Well, I want to share it with everybody. That's a goal, but my main focus is women, because I'm not saying exactly that it worked for me. It's going to work for everybody. But if you can go and want to switch from a pharmaceutical company and try something natural based, and you're going to get those same literal neuron receptors. Women to me are my passion, because we all have hurts. We all have really deep-rooted problems. Either they are up here or they are different situations that we've dealt with in life. And I think it can be very destructive if you continue to go down that path. And I dove into the gym and decided, oh my God, I feel good. And then I added a product and I'm like, I'm on top of the world right now,
Yeah, that's fantastic. So if somebody wants to work with you or get your feedback on how to take it, how they can incorporate it, what are some ways to get a hold of you?
Actually, I'll direct it onto my group keto website, and that has my Shop Keto website and product website, obviously. My greatest goal is to give them information about a product and see and show them what it's done for me. Yeah. But my website that I've set out, my group, Springfield Keto OS, is the best way right now, along with my other Prove It website, which I have linked on there.
Got it.
And they can find me through that.
So what's the exact website again? So it's www.
Energizeforlife. Is it Shop Keto?
No, the other one, the Missouri one.
What are you talking about?
The first one you said.
Oh, it's the now you got me going. It's Springfield, or it's Keto OS at Springfield. That's the webpage. Right, well, on Facebook.
So for those of you, if you're watching this on YouTube or wherever you're seeing this, there'll be a link, right?
We'll put it down in the comments, because Allison doesn't have the website set up 100%. Hey, you can look on my personal one.
Yeah, right. Okay. Is there an email address that somebody wants to use?
Yes, Allison Wallenstein, my first name and last name at yahoo.com.
Cool. And how do you spell your last name?
WALENTINY.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, hey, so for those of you that have questions you can reach out to Allison. My name's David Bradley. I've been on the product for just over a year now. It's been huge for me. Not only have I experienced the same benefits of mental clarity, my workouts have gone through the roof. I've got this long haul endurance. I had asthma as a kid. I couldn't run. I didn't have any endurance at all. And I've always felt limited by that. And I even had, I struggled with plantar fasciitis for a while. And so I couldn't really run. But the fact that like last year I get on the product, I ran a 10K with my wife, which was amazing. And when I finished the 10K, I'm like, I can do another one. I was literally ready to keep going. And I know that if I'd have tried that 2-3 years ago, there's no way I could have done that. There's just no way.
I'm going to fire back at you and ask a question that I didn't know. As far as asthma goes, I did have a lady ask me if that would improve her workouts performance. So it did give you a better, you were able to do it?
I don't know what it did for my lung capacity, but I know that I feel like I've got more oxygenation, and I know that beta-hydroxybutyrate helps with ATP. And so I feel like if I'm getting more blood oxygen in my body, again, not a scientist, but I just feel like it's giving me more Like I can breathe a little bit deeper, but I don't think it's doing anything to that. I just think it's helping my blood oxygenate more.
That makes sense.
And then I've got more endurance in general. So because I'm not using sugar for fuel, like I've switched.
You're running off the fat stores because you're
all right here, right. So it's like, what I think is really cool is that even when you're in a ketogenic state, is you have all the energy you need. Right. So even if you're a grown man, 200 pounds, 10% body fat, that means you still got 10 pounds of energy on you, or 20, right? And at 3,500 calories a pound, you're good. You don't need sugar. It's all there. Just get the body to use it, right? So
my next question, can I ask another quick question, then we'll be done?
Yeah.
Ketosis through dieting. How difficult is it? I know that I can pop in ketosis in about 59 minutes, and I've been staying in there for days, weeks. But my question is, how long does it take a regimented ketone dieter to get in there, and how long can they stay through diet?
Once you're in, you can be in it for as long as you want, assuming, I mean, because there's certain amino acids that are glucogenic, meaning that if you don't have any sugar in your body, if you've got the right amount of aminos, then your body will convert the protein to sugar and use that. So you have to have the right amount of fat coming in. And it's very hard to maintain that. I mean, you're looking at 75% fat on a traditional ketogenic diet, and then 20% protein, 5% carbs or sugar. So, because carbs and sugar is the same thing, if you ask me, because it all turns into glucose. So like, it's very, very difficult to get there, especially in this society, which is incredibly sugar dominated.
Yeah.
So it took me, a good week and a half. The last time I actually went into like a real full-blown ketogenic diet. And then once I felt like I was keto adapted, I could pop in and out relatively quickly, but it would require at least a 24-hour fast with some high intensity interval training at the beginning, and a lot of coconut oil and a lot of bulletproof coffee, and the headache.
Coffee.
And the headache was guaranteed. Like the brutal, 2-3 o'clock, no nutrient headache that just lays you out. And that's been the other thing since getting on the Keto OS is, I don't have that. I used to crash at 2 o'clock, like at 2 p.m. Days
nap
over.
time, mom nap time. I know.
Nap, or it's going to be, I need more coffee, or I have to do something. And that's gone now. Like it's just not part of my deal.
I feel the same way. I'm sitting up here till 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I should be tired, and I am. But that's the great thing, is I'm also sleeping longer at night.
Yeah. Staying
up later, but sleeping, but full energy all day going,
Yeah. And I have, my sleep is a little deeper, I think, since I've gotten on it.
Yeah. I'm getting feedback from other people, and they're like, I sleep like a baby now. So I'm like, yes.
Right. Yeah.
Sleep is good.
So I want to try and keep this short for the kids at home. So, because again, squirrel, everybody's got, random, so much is going on. So for those of you at home watching, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. If you have any questions for me or Allison, feel free to reach out. You can get a hold of me. My email address is puravida, etc. PURAVIDAETC@gmail.com, or hit my website, richmansgym.com. Thank you guys for being here and for tuning in. Thank you, Allison, for your time and your story.
Thank you, David. Have a good afternoon, okay?
That's right.